Hello everyone, this is a short introduction to our Agrihub INSPIRE Hackathon 2022 challenge number 12 called Building a Map-Based Social Space for Africa. This challenge is actually based on challenge number 9 and both of them have a lot in common. Both challenges were aimed to introduce and spread the usage of Hub for Everybody and Smart Agrihub portal that enables everyone to develop, publish and share their own maps. In the African context, we were aiming on providing large-scale awareness towards African communities and helping African students and others generate their own content in attractive form. We wanted to promote sustainability in African regions while generating new data and supporting future business, and then even preparing scientific publications. For the challenge, we decided to create a map of native African forgotten food because this topic fully complies with all the challenges we wanted to handle. More detailed details about the specific tasks will be presented later by one of the mentors, Akan. And now let me briefly tell you about the background of the challenge number 12. This challenge has been led by two mentors, Mr. Akan Obot, a Nigerian lecturer of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, who was mainly responsible for the specific use case of forgotten food, and then by myself, Markéta Kolerová, responsible for the smooth communication within the team and the participants. But I have to mention a very important person, Mr. František Zadražil, the main developer of the technology and Hub for Everybody and Smart Agrihub portal, because without his support we could hardly achieve anything. In our team, besides the core team around the Plan for All organization, there were 6 registered participants from Zambia, Burundi, Finland, Kenya and Uganda. We were also able to organize a couple of overall meetings, one large webinar dedicated to Hub for Everybody technology, with an audience of registered 120 participants, geographically covering countries throughout the whole Europe, Africa, South America and also Asia. Above that, we have organized 2 specific training sessions on using the Smart Agrihub portal, where František showed to the audience step by step how the new content can be created and uploaded online. Both training sessions as well as the Hub for Everybody webinar were recorded and uploaded on the YouTube channel of Plan for All organization. So those were the overall information about the challenge, and now let's move on to the specific parts and results of our challenge. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Obot Akamine Patrick. I'm one of the mentors of Challenge 12 Agrihub Hackathon 2022, where we are looking at building a map-based social space for Africa. And one of the case studies is that the case study that we are looking at is the African native forgotten food. Africa is faced with food insecurity. Africa is faced with malnutrition. Africa is faced with the issue of importing food to meet the local demand of food. That's we are producing lesser than the population in Africa, and as such, for countries to meet the demand of their citizens, they go into importation, which is crippling our economy. And one of the reasons of this situation is that Africa, we are undermining our traditional native food that is just around us, that can be gotten at ease, that can be gotten without cost, that can be gotten from our garden, from our farms, mention them and everything. And these African forgotten food are very nutritious and they are very healthy for consumption. Now, forgotten food can be looked at from the perspective of the underutilized forgotten food and the neglected forgotten food. Underutilized forgotten food are those African native food that is becoming less in consumption. People are just kind of not consuming that food. Not consuming it maybe frequently, or they are not consuming it. The percentage of consumption is hard the minimal, is reducing on daily basis. People are now going for staple food. People are now going for imported food. People are now going for processed food. And people are now going for food that do not pastries, fast food, biscuits, snacks, and the rest and everything. That many of them they are of no health benefit. But this African native food, they are of a greater health benefit. And the next one is the neglected food. The neglected food are those African food that we've not really done much research on it to know the socioeconomic importance of it, to know the health importance of it, to know the cultural importance of it. We've not done much research on it, and we've also not kind of portrayed to the global community on the importance of this food commodity. So that is neglected food. People seem to not to concentrate on that food. People seem not to look into that food to know the all important or all encompassing importance of that food. So we call that neglected food. Example, like I have my children, and my children, they when they wake up, they don't ask for or they don't request for my native food. They request for pastries, they request for ice cream, they request for noodles. And many a times I have to force them to eat this our traditional food, which I know is very healthy. So this social space, this map-based social space, this challenge 12, our aim is to create a map or to create a social space where once you click on the map, it will take you to where you can find these African native food that are neglected and that are underutilized and that are unimproved. And again, it will bring digital space. Our aim also is to see how to collaborate or also contribute to the work done by Farah and Chrisat on this forgotten food, because our aim at the end of the day will be to see how we can contribute to ensuring that Africa achieve food security. That is the aim of the social space. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Francis Zadražil, and my task here is to tell you some details about the Innovation Hub, which is a basis for our challenge. The portal was built in hope that it will help to build a large community that will create and share useful data from Africa, data that could support the development of agriculture in Africa. And shortly said, the portal should support all the main goals of this challenge as it was presented. The hub is available on the link down below the image on this slide, so I would recommend you to check it. From some points of view, it can be viewed as a common web portal which contains some blog section, forums, articles, etc. But our hubs, our digital innovation hubs are maps oriented, which means that the core of the portals lies in geodata and maps, and in the tools that are not actually visible to the user. We call this the geodata management workflow, and to say it in short, it is a set of tools integrated together into one complex solution, which is designed for anyone to be able to not only browse and view existing maps, but most importantly to publish own maps, our own map layers, and share them with others. There are components for publishing data on the server. That service is called Layman. There is a framework for web map applications, HS layers. There is a desktop tool in the form of QGIS Layman plugin. And of course, if we are dealing with geodata, there must be a metadata catalog. In our case, it's called MITSCA. All those tools give the user a simple way to publish data, to create thematic maps, to make them available on web map or through the QGIS desktop. And recently we have adopted a new component into our hub, and that is QField. If you don't know QField, it's a native mobile application based on the same libraries as QGIS itself, so it's a rather complex application that is designed to work with maps out in the field and to collect data. Close integration of QField into the hub is actually covered by another challenge, and that is challenge number 10. So if you are interested in this topic, please check the challenge number 10 too. What I cannot forget to mention is that, of course, if we are working with web portal, there must be some content management system which encompasses the components and create the actual content that is visible to the user. The content management system in our case is based on the Vectel CMS, and we have extended the default functionalities with the ones that are needed for working with geodata. So there is, for example, a map widget which allows you to insert a full-featured HS layers map into any web page you are creating using the standard content management tools. So this whole package of tools you can see on this schema let you quickly create maps and nice web presentations including those maps. You can present your research results, students' works, or just your private data that you want to share with someone else. You can create story maps or whatever you think of. Our goal is to grow the community which has been created around the portal. Two main goals are actually to integrate as much useful data as possible, including the data that will come from the community. And the second goal is to create an educational and promotional content on the portal. We are going to gradually integrate the data, also the data of open land use for Africa, which you can see on the screen here. We have actually started publishing of the forgotten foods research results, as my colleague was talking about. And similar to the forgotten foods, we are going to create more educational and promotional content on the hub, and we hope that the members of the community will help us create the content. There have already been some interactive workshops that let anyone to try the available tools. Check the links you can see on this slide, and again I would strongly recommend you to check it. We will continue with those activities to show the advantages and attract more people to the solution and to the community, so they can contribute in our efforts. And of course there will be more future work for us. For a start, we want to transfer previous content from the old Smart Agrihub to this new solution. We will continue in integrating different data sources and content for the portal, and using the tools that we are providing, we want to assist local people to generate content and to help us build the portal and the community. Okay, that's all from us today. Thank you for your attention, and have a nice day. Bye.